Okay, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to set up the Jim's Mind mod. There's just three important things that you have to do to run the mod correctly, but they're super easy, so just watch this really quick. First of all, I'm in a brand new world now. Please don't use this on a world that you plan on keeping or an important world to you, because it can mess things up. I don't trust my code enough to not corrupt stuff. All you got to do is you have to preload the dimensions, right? So when you get into a new world, type /match send a level 1, and you're just going to do this 1 through 5 and then the shop 2. All this does is basically, because loading the schematic is so intensive for your game, the elevator can kind of lag out. You'll watch, see that? Since it lags so much, you only have to do this once and then it doesn't lag after, so it doesn't mess up your gameplay. 3, 4, 5, and then can't forget shop. And then in order to get back to the surface, you just type /match send a level 0. That brings you back to surface. And then you can also use that command to go in between levels. Next, you need to spawn all the loot for the levels. In order to get the loot to spawn, because if you come into a normal map, you're gonna have all these weird blocks here. You just have to type /spawn loot. That's it. That's all you have to do. I just separated it from the actual level generation because sometimes it can be a lot, and I'm just looking out in case you have a slower computer. Oh, and another big thing, if you want the skin stealer entities, this is what you got to do. You're going to need to get copies of your friend's skins in the traditional format, right? If you don't have their files on you, you can just go to a website like skinstealer.com, which is really easy. All you do is just type in their usernames and you grab them real quick. But after you do that, you're going to go into your config folder in Minecraft. You go inside of there, and then you make a new folder titled Jim's Mineshaft. Exactly like this. You go into it, and you're going to drag in all your friends' skins. The mod right now supports up to 8 players for this. There's 8 players in the elevator. Realistically, you can add as many people as you want, but they're just not going to fit in the elevator. But up to 8 people for the skin stealer, and you're going to rename them player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Up to 8. Name them exactly like this, and then remember the place that you put them in. Then you go into game, and you're going to need to... Why the fuck am I lagging? So assign them their positions, right? So let's go back to the folder real quick. The second player here is Kunzi, right? You guys remember Kunzi from the video, friend of the channel. All you got to do is go back into your type /match. I started all of our commands with match, right? So match... set player 2 Kunzi. Player number 2 set to Kunzi. Make sure their name is spelled absolutely correctly and matches the count on the file. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, there you guys go. A few other things. I gave, again, all the commands the match prefix, so a lot of these are self-explanatory. But if you want to pause the game, you type /match toggle. Match started, match stopped. If for some reason a level fails to load, you can type /match regenerate level, and then it'll try to respawn a new one once you come back into the dimension again. But it does kill everything, so make sure your friends aren't in there at the moment. The elevator is pretty buggy, sorry about that. If someone falls down the shaft, you can just teleport them to you, but teleporting is a no-no in here. It's banned. I banned it. So whenever you try to teleport, because that ruins the game, you get sent to the top of the elevator, and it just brings you back down. So heads up for there, but that's kind of fun. We found that out when in the playtest. It was kind of cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep balancing things, so I guess there'll be some updates as we go. It's not perfect. There's a bajillion bugs. Well, if you guys join Discord, if you have any questions, I guess. I don't know. Bye.